welcome. So glad to have you here today. And we're going to be talking about Gen X. We're going to leave the true crime stuff for a little bit and just have some fun. And of course, everybody's welcome. It doesn't matter if you're a boomer or a millennial or a Gen Z. I don't know if any Gen Alphas would be watching, but everybody's welcome along for the ride as we look at memes about Gen X part 5. So here we go. Let me share my screen with you so you can see the memes too. Oh, there we go. Okay, let me make it like that for you. All righty. So the ever-ready 9-volt battery. Who remembers 9-volt batteries? Do they even sell them anymore? They must. They must have a few. But I certainly remember various toys or transistor radios. Did we have maybe a train set? Yeah, but I remember 9-volt batteries. Let's see. What's next?
I vividly remember these. I always liked these batteries as a kid just because it was the cat with 9 lives. Remember family vacations and the luggage?
Oh, man. Look at that decked out van. Gosh, there was a name for the vans when they were all decked out like this. I can't remember it. Who can remember? Hey, Snow's in the house. Snow's in the house. Oh, they're in every smoke alarm. Oh, well, then they still sell them for sure. Yeah, what were like custom vans? Conversion vans. There you go. Thank you, Snow. Thank you, Snow. Conversion. Yes. And every family had somebody, right, that had one. My Uncle John had one. He was just 7 years older than me, so he was kind of like a big brother to me. And Chalet is in the house. Chalet is in the house. Welcome, welcome. But his was yellow. The gold color was his interior, and then in the back you kind of had like a little bed. You owned one yourself. Oh, that is so cool, Snow. Oh, goodness. Okay, so what else do we got?
Luxurious family van. We didn't actually have one of these, but I think some of our other family did. But I definitely remember them.
It wasn't a family van.
Who grew up making mixtapes off the radio? I think we all did. I had an entire series of mixtapes labeled by volume number. I built these in the 70s and would race down hills.
Yes.
Won a couple of races too.
I don't think I ever actually made one for myself. I had a wagon. I used to put like pillows and stuff in it and ride in it. But yeah, didn't they call them soapboxes? Soapbox racing? Or is that something different? Is that those little little cars racing? Snow said, Chalet says, you're just hopping out of the shower. Shadow. Just hopping out of the shower. Okay, we're going to bear with you. Get yourself settled. We don't want any wardrobe malfunctions. And Snow says, I told my kitty cat that I put my entire life inside a conversion van and drove all the way across the entire country just to meet her 28 years later. Wow. Your kitty cat does not seem to understand what any of that means, but she is still very cute. Okay. We love our fur babies here on this channel for sure. I don't think there's ever been a show that a cat hasn't come wandering through or jumping around in the back. Not yet though. Okay, what else is there?
It's a wonder we survived. No helmet, knee pads, or padding. We steered with a rope. I had something similar to this as a kid, except it was a full square box instead of just the back there. But I steered with 2 sticks. It basically had a handbrake, one on each side. and you'd pull back on the sticks and the other end would drag on the ground. Depending on how hard you pulled them, would change how fast that you were turning in that direction. And if you pulled them both, you just slow down and stop. Sometimes that stop would come pretty sudden though. And if the sticks broke and you're going downhill pretty fast, you're just along for the ride. Raise your hand if Tom and Jerry is one of your favorite cartoons.
Yeah. I used to watch it all the time.
When dinner was served on paper plates, but you wanted...
Who still has these? You know, because the paper plates, once you start putting food on them, they're gonna, especially if it's like a buffet kind of, or a potluck, and your paper plate's gonna fall apart, or it's gonna like drop off, you know. And so yeah, everybody had these. I wonder who made these. Did a factory make these, or is there somebody sitting around basket weaving making these? Yeah. Oh, Scala in the house. Scala in the house. Welcome, Scala. Yes, you still have them. Oh, it's Snow on your new streaming channel. Yay! Okay. We're glad to have you here, whichever handle you want to use.
To class it up a little bit, man, I still use these. Matter of fact, I just used one a few hours ago. But it's not about classing it up. It's so that you can buy cheaper paper plates and you still be strong enough to hold your food.
Oh, yes.
And your mom gives you a...
I hate when it does that and it goes...
But it's not
that fast. Pause. Okay. Every Gen Xer needs to know what this is. Most millennials should know as well. I think records are kind of making a little bit of a comeback too, in an artsy way. 33 RPM. I actually had some 16s, you know, picked them up at a garage sale or something. There was like Hank Williams and like a lot of country kind of music. Vinyl never left. There you go. I have my record player that I had growing up downstairs. If you ever see my house tour, then you see it. But yeah, that's good stuff. Good stuff right there.
And your mom gives you a pre-ripped half piece of double mint gum, and it tastes like perfume.
Purse dirt or purse lint? When your mom gives you a pre-ripped half piece of double mint gum and it tastes like perfume and purse dirt, where I would say purse lint. Oh my gosh. Did every mom have double mint gum or juicy fruit? Double mint and juicy fruit. Yes, and speakers. Oh yeah, you got to, you know, you have the whole setup with your record player. There are vinyl records in the game Minecraft. Well, does it count if it's in a game and not real? Where you can hold it, where it gets scratched and you have to put a penny on the needle to weigh it down so that it doesn't skip. Your grandma, your mom doesn't do chewing gum. Yeah. Grandmas and moms for sure. When you were 3, your mother gave you a beer. Yeah, my mom gave me, sips of beer, not a whole can, but like a sip of beer. No on the gum thing. All right. Of course it counts for the sake of the memory of them. Okay, I give you that. And so then Olympia beer, because she would drink Olympia, and they came out with these like little cans that were the size of like tomato paste. And we were in the grocery store and I was like, mom, look, there's beer just for me, and she was absolutely mortified and never let me have another sip of beer again. I was always embarrassing my mom.
And purse dirt. That's a pretty darn good description, actually. Today, I found
the ruins of ancient civilization Blockbuster video. Man, back in the day, though, Blockbuster, a Hollywood Video, your mom and pop video stores. I mean, throughout the 80s into the 90s, that was the thing, was to go see what the latest video is that's out. And they'd only have so many copies of any one video. So like on its first day of release, then, sometimes other people got it first and you'd have to wait for them to watch the movie and return it. And use it. Oh, just laughing. Okay.
On the ruins of an ancient civilization. I just thought about this, but they should put a blockbuster in a history museum. What's your favorite 80s movie?
Okay, what's your favorite 80s movie soundtrack? Wow. I mean, you guys all know I love the Breakfast Club. 80s movies. What? I mean, what do you guys say? Even to 2024. I don't know. What was the thing before this? Oh, the blockbusters were until 2024. Okay. Any favorite movie soundtracks? Let me give us some samples. Movie soundtracks 80s. Okay. Oh, I know what Chalet's is going to be. So here's a few: Footloose, Rocky IV, To Live and Die in LA, Top Gun, Repo Man, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, The Princess Bride, Riders of the Last Ark, Ghostbusters, Dirty Dancing, Flashdance. Oh, there's three that Chalet might say. Oh, Grease. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Saturday Night Fever. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. But wait, Saturday Night Fever was like the 70s. Wasn't it like 79, 78, 79? But Grease might have been the 80s. Oops, where am I here? Oops, no, that's not what I want. I'm gonna look here. Howard the Duck, The Big Chill, Back to the Future, Purple Rain, Pretty in Pink, Risky Business, Amadeus, The Breakfast Club. Of course, one song from the Breakfast Club. All right, that's just a few to help think about it. Let's come back over here. Share this tab instead. All right, St. Elmo's Fire. That had a lot of good music. All right.
The soundtrack. That's actually a pretty hard one.
Yeah, it is hard.
And even though I'm not a classical music type person, I think I'd actually go with the original Star Wars. As kids, we used to laugh at Al Bundy. As adults, we became Al Bundy. I had to pause and zoom in because I swear I saw Alf. And
yeah, right here. I would say that is Alf. What is that if it's not Alf? Is it a dog? Oh, there's a mosquito. I haven't seen any mosquitoes for like a week. All right, let's see. What else?
That's actually pretty funny. Yeah, I'd have to go back.
Oh, I see what it was. It was a lady with a ponytail with her head down because that red line was kind of over her face, so you didn't see. So it was a lady with her head down.
I'm this old. That's
of course. Yeah. Air conditioning in your car. And you have, here's, how fast the fan speed is going to go, high or low. And then if you want the air conditioner, the heater, the defrost, the rear defrost, just the vent, just have the air coming in from the outside.
It's actually nicer than the one in my truck, let alone it has AC. Warning, do not feed after midnight.
The gremlins. Did anybody have a gremlin? We had a Ford Pinto. So the Ford Pinto was like similar in shape. Of course, the Ford Pinto got a bad reputation for exploding if it got rear-ended because something about the gas tank. No more comments? Is YouTube delaying? You guys trying to comment and it's not coming through? I'm not seeing any comments come in for the last 3 minutes.
There's only a few people today that would get this. However, with the audience here on my channel, most of you understand this. If you don't understand this costume, you're too young for me.
Oh, the Tool one, Tool Time. No, that was the show that he did. Who was the comedian with the tools? Andy brought it up once before. Home Improvement was the name. Oops. Wait, I'm trying to get a picture for you guys. This one. Okay. So there you go. You see it? Yeah. This guy on home. Oh, there you go. You said helmet. The car. Yeah, the car is a gremlin. So they're saying don't feed it after midnight, like the movie. Not Steve Allen. What's his name? Tim Allen. Tim Allen. Yeah. Sorry. And then his neighbor was always just looking over the fence like this. So yeah, great costume. Great costume. Yeah, Tim Allen.
That was a great TV show. A guy ordered this drink and immediately left.
The Bueller. Like Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Yeah, you could tell them any name you want to write on your cup. Here in Cambodia, I tell them my Cambodian name, Arun Raksmai. And they're like, what? Because I'm not Cambodian. So they're like, huh? And then, the person who writes it, then they pass it on, right, to the other people that are making it. And then they're saying, Arun Raksmai. And then I come up and what?
Genius. Typing on a screen will never be as satisfying as slamming one of these.
Yes, slamming a phone down. We've all done that, haven't we? And there's no way to hang up on a cell phone to end call. You can't. They should make an app for that. Why hasn't somebody made an app for that? So that when you have end call and slam, and then it will make a slam, slamming the phone down sound when it hangs up for the other person to hear. And for you to hear too, I guess. Both parties should be able to hear it. So you get the satisfaction of it and they get it in their ear. There you go. An idea of the century.
It's down really hard. I always hated those chords though. If this is the future, I'd rather live in the past.
Yeah.
Yep, that's for sure. That's a pretty nice Chevy too.
What's he thinking?
I have an 86 M1008, which is basically the military version of the Chevy K30. One of these has to go. Which one would you guys pick?
Oh, well, Swiss rolls would stay for sure. The oatmeal cream pie is iffy. It's probably not my favorite, but it kind of balances out maybe the other ones as not being too, so everything you have isn't too sweet. Zebra cake, that's kind of boring. That one could go. fudge round. Yeah, any of the like kind of cookie one. Well, there's, yeah. But I would definitely keep the Swiss rolls. Oatmeal pie has to go. Yeah. Unless it's got butterscotch. I still haven't made the cookies yet.
I'm going to have to say oatmeal cream pie. I could do without
Oh!
them. The official field trip Yeti in the 80s and 90s.
Did anybody wrap up their now? Okay, there's two things this could be. Number one, wrapping it up so that it stays cold. But the other thing is if it's a beer and you're driving, you wrap it up like this so the police don't see you drinking the beer. Not that I did that, but I know of people that did not want to give, because they'd been, I mean, drinking and driving wasn't illegal for a long, long time. Not until our generation did that start to change. And so people didn't want to give up drinking beer while they were driving. The best is the Swiss roll. Chalet, you and me, we're on the same page. You don't think so? You don't think it's a beer? You think it's just to keep it cold?
It's 1985. What are you?
1985. Let's see. There's Tom Petty. There's Michael Jackson. There's Madonna. Nice turntable setup here, though. Look at all these albums down underneath it. Nice big speakers. But if it was really 1985, would you be putting records on the wall for decorations? It'd be too valuable. Unless it was something that you really didn't like. Quiet Riot. Yeah. I mean, quite frankly, I was probably listening to like Amy Grant and Randy Stonehill, Petra, all these Christian bands at the time.
You're listening to? Drop it down in the comments. This is the childhood I knew.
Oh, yeah. Having all your Matchbox cars. Looks like they've got like a mud, the what do you call it when all the big monster trucks and different things, a mud pool? No, tractor pull. Isn't it a tractor pull event that has all the mud racing stuff in it? But anyway, regardless of this little mud racing track, just playing with your cars outside and making making a city, making a racetrack, making whatever in the dirt, to play with your cars, because they weren't collectibles. They were toys to play with. All kinds of music, so too hard to write them all down. Sure. Yeah, records on our walls, no. Stryper. I went and saw Stryper in concert in San Francisco at least once, maybe twice. I felt so bad for the opening band because everyone was booing the opening band. They wanted Stryper to come on. I'm like, hey, if we're like Christians wanting to listen to even though we like heavy metal and we like Stryper, we're still Christians, and booing the other band, that's like not, what the hell? Yups. Yeah, Stryper was awesome. I love Stryper. Okay.
Yeah, you went out and played in the dirt, built stuff out of wood and sticks and whatever you happen to find, or what you could happen to sneak out of your dad's shed without him seeing. Just one more time, I'd like an 80s Saturday morning. The ultimate 80s coffee table.
Oh, my goodness. Not just the 80s, the 70s. My mom had this, and then she gave it to us. And so, yes, we had it in the 80s, but my mom had it in the 70s. And then she upgraded, and she gave it to me. I grew up with this coffee table on our gold shag rug. Oh, my goodness. Did you guys see that? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Saturday morning 70s and 80s, you know, that you didn't have Nickelodeon or Disney Channel or anything where you could watch cartoons 24/7 anytime you wanted. You had to wait until Saturday morning to watch your cartoons. You know, you had that coffee table in your apartment unit until 2006, and Chalet's grandparents had one. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Ottoman, surface for candy dishes or appetizers,
That's awesome.
cabinet to store miscellaneous things, and a general
Man,
thing to run into.
your shin on the corner.
That last one
Oh.
is especially true.
Yeah.
Be walking through the living room and hit your shin straight on it, fall off the couch and face plant into it, and a lot of other. And it seemed like everyone had one of these exact same coffee tables. We had one very
Whoever
similar to
made
this.
those must have made
Got cat. 80s kids. This is how we had.
Yeah, this is true. You know, I remember when the plastic colored playground equipment came out, and it was like so cool. And you always, you know, maybe one park in the city had that, everything else had this, and so everyone would drive over to like that park to be able to, you know, to play, or to let your kids play. But you know, the idea that all we needed was bars, and we could imagine that being anything and just play for so long, you know, for hours. We could play for hours with something so simple. Alf, the cat-eating monster of Melmac. Oh, but yeah, yours was over cement. You have so many dents in your shin. Oh, wait, Miss Scala says also didn't have any pedos making sicko content with all those evil platforms. This is true. This is true. I think every single one of them, you know, all of the kids' cable networks are wrapped up in all the pedo stuff. You're right.
Fun. One of the ways. I don't care if I'm 5 years old.
So you guys remember that, right? Go back. Oh, okay.
That's how we had fun. One of the ways.
Yeah, so the Nintendo, so Atari was the first thing, and then after Atari, we graduated to Nintendo, and but we still had the console TVs. Oh my goodness. How many times are they going to let Dan Schneider back at Nickelodeon? Forever? Or they'll just replace him with another one that does the same thing. Oh my gosh, Spielberg. I know. And yeah. Well, you know, I've said it's the whole industry, and they're not going to cast anyone of any age, but in particular kids, that unless they, you know, they agree. And like for kids, the parents have to sign, you know, like, okay, yeah, you've done your audition, here you are, here's the contract, and they have to sign to appoint a guardian over their kid on set. And if they won't, they won't cast them unless the parents are already in on, it's like a generational thing. Then yeah, you're already in. But like for anybody new that's so like breaking into Hollywood, they'll just say, oh well, we still have some more auditions to do, and then they say, oh, you didn't get the part. They'll just say you didn't get the part. So everyone is sexually abused, you know, and so it's hard for me to watch movies with kids in them anymore. Fun fact, Atari made the original Nintendo design, but sold it to Nintendo of Japan, and they made the Famicom out of it. Wow. Yeah, that, like Chalet says, that is interesting. Cool. Yeah, we don't want to talk about Hollywood and get on depressing.
I don't care if I'm 5 years old or 55 years old. I always love watching an episode of Tom and Jerry. I think most everyone in all generations can agree.
I also like Tweety Bird and Sylvester. I taught a putty tat. I mean, I loved. I would say I loved Tweety Bird and Sylvester more than Tom and Jerry.
On this one. We learned how to drive in the snow by doing donuts in empty park.
Yeah, for sure. Who's ever done a donut with their car in a parking lot? I have. I've done donuts. You made a lot of money drawing Taz. Cool, the Tasmanian devil. Yeah, but I've driven donuts. Oh, you had a Sylvester stuffed animal. That's cool. Oh, you've done donuts, but not purposefully. Well, I hope you didn't like crash into anything.
Parking lots. Yeah, you do that nowadays. And at the very least, you're probably going to get a ticket. Back in my day, we didn't wear helmets. We'd just lie there unconscious until someone came to.
That's funny. Look at those shoes. Remember the shoes with the 3 stripes on them? Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. And were they a brand with the 3 stripes? Was it like Puma or something? No crash. Oh, good. I'm glad you didn't crash. Oh, Andy's in the house. Andy's in the house. You had a Taz stuffed, a stuffed Taz that was a gift from a girlfriend. Keds? Maybe. Let me look. Here, I'll show you what I'm looking at. So you have like here, and this, you've got this picture. Well, you can hardly see. They all have that stripes on them. You've got this one. Sears! Look at that vintage blue Sears. And then this one says vintage Adidas. Oh my gosh, that makes so much sense if they're Sears show. I wonder if Adidas hadn't like trademarked the 3 stripes. And so other people did it too. You know. And like, what was that one? Oh, Jocks. Remember, did you guys ever have the one that had like a little, like in the tongue, there was like a little pocket to put like a key or a quarter or something? Remember those? Remember when they were suede? See, like these, they've got suede on them. I totally had tennis shoes. And we called, look at this. This is so bad. It says running shoes. No. They weren't called running shoes in the 70s. They were called tennis shoes. Like this one, tennis shoes. But you drop the S and kind of make it like tennis shoes when you pronounce it. Interesting. Look at this one. This says gym sneakers. Sneakers. So look, vintage blue Sears. Tennis shoes or gym sneakers by Sears. Yes. See, my mom used to work at Sears. So we always shopped at Sears because she'd get a discount, an employee discount. What are you guys saying? Converse, Buddies, PF Flyer, Keds. I can look up Keds. We can see what they look at. You need to sell more records. You can't afford new shoes for years now. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Sell more records. Everyone go buy Snow's records. Keds. We want 70s. Mm. Mm. So they did have some different kinds of stripes. Rainbow stripes. That's cool. And then yeah, Converse when Converse was too expensive, yeah, you did have shoes that went up the ankles. Oh, and then you kind of had these like just regular basic tennis shoes. Canvas. I would almost call those boat shoes, even if they're not. I think I had shoes that look like this. See with the suede on them? So Keds actually made the basketball ones too. We did only think of these as basketball shoes. All right. That's what you're saying. Yay, buy the records, buy the records. I love the high top Nike. They were they were so huge on your feet. Top cider. Okay, before I go, I'll look up top cider. Oh, yeah. Okay, boat shoes. Yeah. Oh, but this one, this is also, yeah. See, he's calling them deck shoes. This says top cider. Remember Hush Puppies? If we're talking about shoes, remember Hush Puppies? God, look at this. They say the saying, you have to walk a mile in someone else's shoes. Doesn't that, that makes me think, where did these shoes go? Doesn't it make you think that? I don't know. It makes me think that. But Hush Puppies, you guys remember Hush Puppies? Hush Puppies were so cool. What is all this? No, well, not these kind of Hush Puppies. Were these kind of Hush Puppies. These were the Hush Puppies. Well, this looks newer, but that's the basic style. See, like this. Almost kind of like moccasins. Look at that rubber soles. That's real rubber. I wish I had real rubber. I swear, everything's just plastic now on the soles, and so you slide. There's no gripping. There's no traction. All right. Hush Puppies. Oh, Buster Brown. Oh, if anybody doesn't know. Okay. I went to Buster Brown twice a year. Easter and Christmas. So, like, here you go. This is Buster Brown. It was the store more than the shoes, but they had solid quality shoes. Well, maybe it was the shoes. This looks like it's saying like Buster Brown's at Kinney. So like Kinney's the store and Buster Brown is the type of shoes. But look. Easter parade, right? Because you'd go get your Easter shoes. And if your feet had grown, so you'd at least go every Easter and then maybe not, it was for school. It was before school started. Mumsy, we need you in here to clarify. How often did you take me to get shoes? Maybe it was for school, for the first day of school, like for school starting and for Easter. Maybe that's what it was. Either that or it was Christmas. We definitely went shopping like for dresses or whatever. Waffle stompers. Oh, you guys are having too much. You just have to go to the right place to get a better shoe. Oh, that's true. Okay, I'll put in waffle stompers. Those are hiking boots. Hiking boots. There you go. Hiking boots like these. I still have, unless my son did something with them, I brought them with me to Cambodia. A pair of these. Yes, we called them waffle stompers. And I mean, the best thing was like you had these like hook deals and the red laces. You had the red laces. Like you were serious if you had the red laces. Yeah. Oh, am I sharing the tab? Oh my God. Ah! Oops. I'm sorry. Forgive me. It's not my show if I don't do it at least once, right? Yeah, there you go, Chalet. Yeah, your comment stuck on the same screen is like, I don't see it when I'm on the other thing. Doc Martens. Well, those came after. Those weren't in the 70s. Those were more like the 90s and the 2000s. The Doc Martens. So I just have to put Doc Martens without 70s. That's these, because this didn't come around until like the 90s, I'm guessing. I mean, I'm they existed. Okay, they existed before the 90s, I'm sure, but like for the generation to be wearing them as their fashion, it wasn't I think until the 90s. I mean, because you had to have been hardcore punk to have these in the 70s or the 80s, because you didn't have goth and emo and all that kind of stuff. That did not start until like the 90s. Look at that. That's cool. I mean, I love rainbows. I love rainbows. Before it became a symbol for anything, I love rainbow. I can still love rainbows. Anyway, all right. Let's get back to this one.
To get us for dinner. The last time I had faith in the news was when it was with Huey Lewis.
The last time I had faith in the news was that Huey Lewis in the news.
Lie there unconscious until someone came to get us for dinner. The last time I had
Huey, what songs did he sing? Huey Lewis. I don't want to see your pictures. Oh, The Power of Love, The Heart of Rock and Roll. Do You Believe in Love, Heart and Soul? If This Is It. Da, 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 da. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Huey Lewis was good. He had good music. Heart of Rock and Roll. There you go. Andy's our music maven. You know, our music guru. I guess I'm the maven, so I can't call you that.
Had faith in the news was when it was with Huey Lewis. If you can hear this picture.
I don't think I saw. Is that Poltergeist? You guys got to tell me, is that Poltergeist? Because I don't think I ever saw it. Oh, yeah, I knew you meant Heart of Rock and Roll. It's still beating. Mm-hmm. Hey, Queen's in the house. Queen's in the house. Welcome. Glad to have you here. So what movie is this from? Is it Poltergeist? Because I never saw it. We'll move on. Nobody cares.
We can be friends. Name an event that occurred in the 80s that changed your life for the better.
Pac-Man. I played Pac-Man in the arcades. God, how many quarters did we spend playing in the arcades? I don't even want to think about it.
I'd say the best event for me personally was when my grandmother moved in to live with us. I'd never seen this glass in one store.
I never saw this glass in one store, but yeah, totally. I mean, I didn't have it in my house, but I think my grandparents had it, or at least a neighbor had it, or whatever. I totally remember glasses like this. Pac-Man and Mrs. Pac-Man, yes. It is Poltergeist. Yeah, not The Exorcist. I saw The Exorcist. Yeah, so Poltergeist. Okay. Yeah, I never saw it. So yeah, the glass is familiar, huh, Chalet? Anchor Hawking? Okay.
Or by growing up, it was legendary. You know, this is true. It was like everybody had this set of glasses. But now that I think about it, I don't know if I ever saw it for sale in any store anywhere. Did everyone order this from the J.C. Penney's catalog or what?
Whoever looks for glasses, unless you need to buy glasses, right? If you need to go buy some glasses, drinking glasses, then you're looking at them. If you're not actually buying glass, it's not like you browse around. Maybe our parents kept them out. Like they didn't want us to knock anything over and break things, right? So if you've got glasses on the shelves, you don't want to bump into that and break it. So they kept us. So I mean, you were never in the toy section or the clothes section. You weren't where the glasses were being sold. Oh, you can only bring back what Toys R Us is closed. Oh, not Blockbuster Video. Kmart's pretty good. You know, with these shootings that just happened, there were 2 shootings in Australia, and the newscaster standing outside, and there's Kmart. So it's like Kmart's still open and on. I don't need Toys R Us anymore. I'm glad I grew up with it and that I had Toys R Us for when my kids were little. But as far as like what would I need to bring back, I would say I don't need it. But Radio Shack always had like the latest techie stuff and things that you can like build and create and parts to like you could buy all these different parts and build something yourself, you know? So I think Radio Shack would have the most value. Bring back Toys R Us. Okay, yeah, because you got grandkids. You like getting glasses at Bow Ring. I don't know Bow Ring. It must be a Canadian thing. Yeah, let the children play. Definitely. Kids need to be kids. All right, so.
You can only bring back one. I'm pretty sure I know what most people will pick, so I'm not going to say anything here. But you guys drop your choice down in the comments. At least one person in your family had this in the late 80s.
Waterbed. I had a waterbed. My mom had a waterbed. But I think my mom's waterbed might have actually had this headboard. And I just had a twin size. But she had the California King. Yeah, buddy. Waterbeds are awesome. Oh my gosh. I wish I had a waterbed here in Cambodia. Lead crystal. Yeah, they were strong. They were really strong and heavy. I mean, before you poured anything in it, the glass was already heavy. You used to go to the waterbed store, the mall, and try them all out. It was magical. You had a round waterbed. Oh my goodness, Andy, you were so cool. Lucky you. Your mom and dad said no way. Yeah, I mean, I could see them being afraid that if it pops and that it would be a big mess. But they were strong. I never had a problem with one popping. Never, ever.
80s and early 90s with the water hose in the house. I think somebody better go turn that water off, or you're going to have a flood in the house.
I never filled one
More than that, you're going to have to drain half that back down. I could just see a kid run in there and jump on the bed and the whole thing pop. But yeah, I had a cousin that had a water bed. I'd always wanted one, but I slept on it one night, and I never wanted one ever again. I think my back still hurts because sleeping on that thing.
Oh, I love sleeping on it. Ah, there we go. A merry-go-round. A real merry-go-round that would get hot in the sun. And man, you would... So for anybody who doesn't know, you've got this one bar here coming down in the middle. So you've got this square bar here, and then you got this one bar coming to the middle. And so you would stand on one side or the other of that bar, because this part of the bar going across would keep you from flying off the merry-go-round. Because the whole point of a merry-go-round was to try to get it spinning so fast that the people that are on it go flying off. That's the point. Nothing sharp on the waterbed. Yes. Chalet says you had a waterbed inside a mattress like thing in your 20s at some point. Yeah, they did start making them where like they zipped up a mattress and inside was like a waterbed part. You've seen them explode. Oh my gosh. I hope that was just like outside. Like, hey, let's just fill it up until it explodes or something. And not in somebody's house. That would be horrible. You've had to make a few of those and they're horrible to make. What? You didn't make a waterbed. You didn't make a merry-go-round. You made what? Oh, you had to put it together. Oh, because it comes in pieces and then you bring it into the room and then you put it together. And you had to help put them together. See, I would think put together, not make. Was cold on the back without, yes, if you didn't have a heater, then it would get really cold and that would not be comfortable. Yeah, making them is hard. Yeah, putting them together is hard for sure. Oh, I'm sure you're saying LOL about me talking about the merry-go-round and spinning everybody off. Your cousins were bad and stabbed the bed and exploded and drenched the house. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm sorry. What evil cousins. Yeah, they were real bad. There's nothing funny about that. That's really, really bad. Oh my gosh. All right. What's next?
Talking to late millennials and Gen Z.
I love that. Those old Nokia phones. That was such a staple, and then the ringtone was always the same too. Like 5, can't remember it right now. But oh my gosh. That is so funny. Thank God was at their house and I was just visiting. Boy, did they get in trouble. Yeah, I would guess so.
When I fell, nothing would happen to me. I wasn't delicate like you kids.
So the Nokia is saying when I fell, nothing would happen to me. I wasn't delicate like you kids. Oh.
You could eat like a king at Ponderosa.
Oh my gosh. I don't remember a Ponderosa Steakhouse. I just remember Ponderosa from the TV show. But those steaks look good. I haven't had a steak in so long. Meat's expensive here. And like Cambodia here. Because I thought, wow, fresh food, right? But if you don't hang the meat for like a couple of weeks, then it's really tough. And you're going, and it's really, 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 really tough. And so like restaurants or something that I actually serve steak will usually have imported Australian, Japanese, like Kobe and Wagyu or whatever. And American steaks imported. And so because they're imported like that, their steak, like a good steak is real expensive. So I haven't had steak in a long time, but that picture makes me want steak. McDonald's, Sizzler. Oh, I loved Sizzler, actually. I used to work at Denny's. Quincy's, I didn't know Quincy's. But Chalet knew Ponderosa and Mr. Steak. Snow remembers Ponderosa. Queen remembers Ponderosa. Oh, the boys were showing off. Yeah. It It was delicious. Yeah, I can tell by the pictures. It looks like it was a really delicious one. Sizzler. I loved Sizzler. Filet steak. McDonald's. Oh, Bob's Big Boy. Oh, yummy, yummy, yummy. And Mark's Big Boy. We investigated that before. They're both like the same. Ponderosa, where they medium rare your ribeye in real butter and serve it with everything on the side. Oh my goodness. Snow. Somebody needs to open a Ponderosa chain here. Does anybody remember Mother's Pizzeria? No, I don't. I don't remember one named Mother's. I remember Shakey's and Round Table. Wow. Okay, let's get away from
I remember when I worked at Circuit City in Indianapolis. There was a Ponderosa just over from the store, and I'd usually get the 10-ounce sirloin steak dinner. This was long before social networks and texting. You would meet new friends at these hubs, places like Capitol Records swap meets, where you'd buy bootleg albums and posters on Saturday nights, or Okie Dog, this place with the nastiest chili dogs you'll ever eat. Music was definitely a way to find out if someone was a person you'd want to hang out with. Quote and photo by artist John Bryan King. That's kind of how we did things back then, isn't it? The original Ghostbusters movie set in 1984. No matter how much you love animals, you've tried to this dog. And I could swear that there was a version at some point.
Oh,
but you actually could. I mean, it's not like it unalived it or stopped the game.
This, you guys
it was more like you just flapped it.
One was
they'd make this funny face and then disappear and then continue on. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Lasagna.
I could have swore that you could.
I stopped talking about food. I just had salad for dinner tonight. That's all I had. Oh,
someone.
The fryer. You guys have the fryer?
I swore that you could.
The electric fryer. We had one. It wasn't silver like this, but yeah, my mom had one. That's what you guys are saying. You want lasagna. Yeah. I would love to have some lasagna. It's 10 o'clock at night. I can't eat anything right now. That's too late to eat. Oh, but I will have my little chocolate donuts and some milk when the show's over. The green one. Yes, we had the green one. Yes. Oh, and smokeless grills. Yes. Oh, goodness.
Someone bites the dust. Queen, there is another. That was a good song.
Oh, because another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. Dun 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 dun. Another one bites the dust. And another one goes, and another one time. Another one bites the dust. Yeah. Okay, there's one for you, Chalet. Yes, Maven, yeah.
Me and my cousins used to play that song all the time on the jukebox when we were shooting pool. I'm this old.
Oh, we've seen all those.
The Simpsons own this home on a single salary from a husband who didn't go to college. This was considered normal in 1989 when the show.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. A blue collar job should be enough for a home, to buy a home. Is that Yoda? Let me look. Is it a baby Yoda? Ugly. You sure you've done it? Rock on, Maven. Woohoo! That boy is our only hope. No, there is another. Oh, that's one of the lines. Okay. And Queen says, yes, it's Yoda. You know, I might have said it before that, like, remember when we used to like role play is what it's kind of called now. So we'd watch TV shows or movies, and then you'd go get together with your friends, Okay, you're Batman. I'm Robin. I'm Captain Kirk. You're whoever else on Star Trek, and and so we would play Star Wars, and of course I'd be Princess Leia and everything. But then so you had Mark Hamill and Harrison Ford, um, whatever the characters' names were. And I always figured that Princess Leia and Luke Skywalker would like get together, right? That was like the love interest. Han Solo is the other one. Al Bundy from Married with Children owned his home. They never had stupid can't pay the rent episodes. This is true. And he was just a shoe salesman. Worked in a shoe store. Anyway, what was I just saying? Oh yeah. So in the first one, I had that in my mind. In the second one, is it when they like she got together with Han Solo? I don't know if they revealed that they were brother and sister yet, but like it's like, and I was like, no. And so I never watched any other Star Treks. Like the third one, I never saw, I don't think. And then like these later ones, I have been to the cinema and I've seen a few of them or whatever. But I got turned off of Star. But of course, with the first one, I saw that movie like 10 times in the cinema, which had never happened before. That people would go back and back and back, and once you saw the movie, you saw it. You didn't go and see it again. And the merch, I mean, which was mostly iron-ons on T-shirts, but yeah. So that's why I never saw like a movie with Yoda.
This was considered normal in 1989 when the show began. As far as for trying to get a job these days, the best thing that younger guys could do is not go to college at all. Go find a good trade school or find a job where you're a paid apprentice. You'll have a lot better work, a lot better pay, won't have all the college debt, and you won't have wasted 4 to 12 years of your life.
That's not bad advice.
Let's settle this. The best old school flavor goes to...
Oh, Bubblicious watermelon. But I loved Bubble Yum too, but if we're talking flavors, I would say watermelon over banana berry split. So 100% watermelon. Bubblicious watermelon. What do you guys say? Oh, Queen says that Hans got frozen trying to save Princess by Jabba the Hutt, and Luke saved them both. Yeah, you stupid. No, I don't think anything. Until tech took their jobs. Duh. Well, that's true. Well, no, but you always need like a plumber. You always need, sheet metal for the, HVAC, for air conditioning ducts and stuff like that. You always have to have somebody installing those kind of things. Carpentry. I don't know. I mean, I suppose robots could build houses or something, but Bubblicious watermelon. Queen, one vote with Queen. Ziggy Bumwa. I don't know what that is. Ziggy Bumwa. Is that from Star Wars or is that a gum? Oh. All right. We're almost to the end. Yay, snow. Oh, grape. Okay. Chalet says hubba bubba grape. There goes Artemis. Hey, Artemis. Little Artemis. Tidal wave bubblegum. Oh, that sounds good. I don't know that one. I missed that one. Oops, what else? Blue Hubba Bubba was good too. Yeah, I love anything blue. I got my blue shirt on. I hate wearing that pink thing that I usually wear just because it's like great to throw on just over my sarong. And I had a gray one, but I don't know where the gray one is. Your grandson's here, so you're multitasking. That's all right. We're almost done.
That is a difficult choice. Grape, orange, and watermelon were the best three, in my opinion. If I had to choose one, I guess my vote would go to watermelon. So that's one vote to watermelon. Which one do you guys vote for? If this video brought you a
That's it.
smile,
Get
please
it.
share it with someone
You
else.
get it, guys.
Check out my other videos here on the channel.
Can you believe it? We finally go away. We finally finished. Oh, I mean, there's like one of those for every month. There's another one. Buy records. Yes. Where do I need, like, if I want to put a link, where do I need, like, where do I need to go? And I'll look up the link right now and put it in. Red Man bubblegum in strips in a pouch, like chaw. Like chewing tobacco. Chaw being chewing tobacco, right? Yeah, hugs to Talon, Queen says, and I say too, oh my God, remember Jem and the holograms and the Misfits? Love that cartoon. That sounds really familiar. That sounds really, really familiar, Queen. But I remember like bubblegum that did come like in a strip, kind of like it was round, and you'd pull it out, kind of the way a tape measure would come out. I remember bazooka bubble gum, and then I remember like a cinnamon bubble gum. Big Red. Remember Big Red? Bandcamp. Okay. And spell it with the 4s. Gem bath stuff and perfume. It smelled so good. Oh, and Andy says hi to Talon too. Big Chew. Queen says so. Okay, so B for ND, C for MP. Oh, there's wait. So it's band. Is it bandcamp.com? Big Red was good and Juicy Fruit. Yeah. Wasn't there one with a zebra that had stripes? Sunbright regalement of the mindless chaos. Okay. Sunbright regalement. Sunbright regalement of, oh, I found it. Alicia Shepherd on Bandcamp. Okay. So is that it? Copy. Paste. There you go, everybody. Make sure you get this link. Get this link. Wrigley Mansion on Catalina Island. Oh, I didn't know this. It probably has a lot of stories. Rainbow Bright. Is that the one with the zebra? Okay, so there it is. Everybody go and choose one album and buy it. Okay. There's, oh, here, let me share screen. Okay, so here's the page when you go to that link. So you've got all these different albums. You pick your favorite and buy and buy. Can they buy it through here? Oh, look, there's merch too. What's in merch? Sheet music and a digital track. Okay, so if I go to Sunbright, there you go. Buy digital album. You see right here, 11.23. You can send it as a gift. All right. So, and you can stream it to listen to the music. Oh, you can also like buy one track if you want to. But buy the whole album so that Snow can buy shoes. She needs to get some new shoes. All right. Play shub. Okay. Oh, fruit stripe. Yeah, that's the zebra one. Shub. Love hearing the birds in there. This makes me think of massage music. You're making me want a massage. Oh, that's nice. That's really nice. Chiclets. Oh, chiclets. Oh my gosh, that's so By entire pretty. The ladies of rotten chips. How do we get to chips? Sun bright is like 11th hour. Hey everybody, you heard it here. Oh, this is sweet. The more she read, the further the pages themselves compelled her to read. She was slipping away from herself. She had no tether. She reeled, toppled from her seat on the tree root. She slammed into the skirt, tumbled onto her back, the violent foam still in clutch. The day was waning. A new anxiety brought her back to her reality. Survival. The evening would soon be upon her, and she was far from shelter. The borealis above, vitriol of green and blue, bruising from the constant sail from merciless soul, twisted in agony, in the infinite pool of indigo, a mire of somber loss and sorrow that filled her widening, wilder eyes with the fear that comes from the threat of great change. They weren't mere stories in the tome, no simple dementia-addled poetic musings. They were access points to the mind that dreamt. The first of those beacons languored in the green wood near the forgotten field of her lament. She could hear a faint cooing from the distant forest unreached. Through the distance shrank. Though the distance shrank quickly as she tumbled towards it, was she running or falling? Shub Maguras could smell the tone, smelled the blood that had bound the pages. She would greet the mad elder goddess as here in her place of green and gold. Shub Maguras, she who is eternal, the black goat of the woods with 1,000 tongues, lord of the woods, the whisper in darkness. Shub Maguras, blah blah blah. I can't pronounce all that stuff. Is that Welsh? That almost looks like it would be Welsh. Wow. Wow. That was nice. Those chips come in large tin cans. This would be great to listen to if you didn't have your grandson around. I'll just replay later. Cheetos, great with chocolate, salty chips. Cheetos when they were new. The latest jelly. They are chips from when I was a kid. They were amazing. You can't get them anymore. Oh, Chalet's eating chocolate ice cream. What happened to those drumsticks too? Very close to Welsh. There you go. I have been to Wales. Those production managers were a Welsh crew to Cambodia, and it was amazing. Then uh, was showing me around and was explaining some of the link because the street signs and explaining some of the hostess snowball and bag lunch for school. Oh, and no, they didn't come in team. Okay. Chalet never liked the snowball. The chips came in bags, au gratin and sour cream and onion. Thicker chips, but full of flavor. Next time for the drumsticks with Chalet. Yeah. Kettle chips. The kettle chips are good. Hostess pies are your favorite. Oh, yeah. Yeah, totally. Totally. Like blueberry. Blueberry hostess pie was my favorite. Well, and cherry. Blueberry and cherry. I didn't care for the apple. Lemon was good. Chocolate pie was no. God, I liked them all. I'd just say apple was my least favorite, but it was great to have those hostess pies in our lunchbox. You have a drumstick almost every day after work on your as a treat on your drive home. Andy, oh my gosh, you make me like jealous. You still eat the Nutty Buddies? Oh, drumsticks with vanilla ice cream and chocolate and peanuts. Exactly. Muh. And the waffle cone that it's in. And then like you ever bite off the bottom and then like suck it through the bottom like a straw? Apple is your least favorite too, but they were all good and missed them. Exactly. Oh my gosh. Isn't it great? That's why I love this Gen X show because we have so many things in common, culturally, and that culture that we grew up with, a lot of things are gone now that aren't part of it anymore. Yeah. So this is good. It is Chalet likes the apple ones. Okay, good for you. That's good. I prefer if I'm gonna have apple pie, I prefer it to be the Dutch apple with like the crumb topping, like a streusel or a crumb topping, instead of just pie crust. Unless an ice cream. You gotta have vanilla ice cream with apple pie. Oh, apple pie with caramel or caramel topping on it. That's good. I know a lot of people do apple pie and cheese. Does anybody do apple pie and cheese? All the good humor bars. The drumstick is easier to eat while driving. You really love the strawberry coated ice cream with the crunchies. Oh my God, yes, Snow. Oh my gosh, those are so delicious. We could make some trades. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Like when in lunch, you're always like trading stuff. Yeah, those strawberry ones with the crunchy coating. Oh, those are so good. You eat apple. If I eat apple pie, Queen says, if I eat apple pie, it has to be real homemade pie, no apple filling. Yeah. My grandmother like was big on apples. She'd make applesauce. She had an apple tree. She'd make applesauce. She'd do everything. No on the cheese. Yeah. Applebee's blondie dessert is heaven. Oh my gosh. Like, yeah. Like blondie, is that like instead of a chocolate fudge brownie, it's more like a chocolate chip cookie type or just a cookie brownie, a blondie brownie with ice cream and stuff. Oh my god. And yeah, Queen loves those strawberry shortcake bars too. Used to make those cream cheese chocolate brownies. Oh my gosh, my not mother-in-law, stepmother. That's Artemis, by the way. My stepmother made these like mini um is that it was actually like chocolate cake, but because it was mini, it was kind of like a brownie. with cream cheese, with those mini chocolate chips mixed in the cream cheese, put in the middle. Oh, those are so good. I taught Sremao, my pet nanny, how to make that. She made those for me one year. Applebee's honey butter and rolls, or what's the lobster, Red Lobster with their garlic butter. Granny apples with nippy cheddar. Yeah. So now what I do is I will slice apples and then slice cheese. So like I grew up with cheese and salami and crackers. So we get the cracker and we put the cheese, salami and the cheese and eat it. I grew up with that. But then I discovered because people were talking about cheese and apples. I'm like, what? And so I tried it. And so now like just the other day, like yesterday or the day before, I sliced an apple and I used up the rest of my cheddar cheese and sliced that. And then I counted them all out so that I had enough for all, vanilla nut brownie with ice cream and walnuts, and has a super special sauce that melts your brain. Oh my goodness, that sounds amazing. I bet you could find a recipe on YouTube, because there's always people that like, oh, here's a recipe to make it like Kentucky Fried Chicken, or here's a recipe, I'm sure there's Applebee's recipes. The 50-50 bar seems so pedestrian in today's flavor world. Is that the one that is the 50-50 bar, the one that's like no, that's Eskimo pie. Remember you had the ice cream sandwich that was a long rectangle, and it had like a chocolate cookie, but it was softer than it wasn't crunchy cookie. It was like a soft cookie. It was almost more like cake for the sandwich. And then there was vanilla ice cream, or it was Neapolitan ice cream. That's old school. Because then you got like Klondike bars and stuff like that later. Or is the 50-50 bar the orange? So you had vanilla ice cream in the middle of the orange popsicle. I think 50-50 might be that. Yeah, you have all kinds of recipes for candies that no one makes anymore. Oh my goodness. I want to come to your house. Is Red Lobster still around? Well, we don't have one in Cambodia, so everybody else has got to answer. Love your emojis. Cheese and apple and carrot sticks. There you go. We had the Maven, except kielbasa instead of bologna. Oh, you had that. You had the salami instead of salami and cheese and cracker, you used bologna, or kielbasa instead of bologna. I didn't mention bologna. I said salami. Yeah. Bologna was on sandwiches though. We talked about that before. White bread, square white bread, mayonnaise on one side, mustard on the other side, bologna in the middle, squish it together, done. Always comes back to food, I know, doesn't it? Queen says, yes, there is still Red Lobster and the garlic cheddar biscuits. There you go. That's the thing. Good biscuits. Mud flow desserts. I don't know what that is, but I would try it. That sounds delicious. Come over and I cooks for you. Oh, yeah. Or you could come over to Cambodia. If you just let me know the ingredients before, I'll tell you if we have all the ingredients here or not. You might need to bring some ingredients. Oh, Chalet has a Red Lobster 5 minutes away, right next to the Olive Garden and down the street from the Applebee's. Oh, bologna is a sausage. Okay, I'm talking about Oscar Mayer. For me, bologna is like Oscar Mayer bologna. Across the street from Longhorn. I don't know Longhorn, but if that has anything to do with Longhorn cattle and beef and steaks, that sounds like a good place. Oh, salami is so good, the spicy one. Well, it can be. We always had a mild salami. We never had a spicy salami. Is there some kind of illegal alien protest thing in New York City that's happening? An elephant named Viola escaped a circus. U.S. is issuing travels. Chalet, you're so lucky, to have all those right there. Carrabba's is on the corner. Oh my goodness, that sounds like Caribbean food. Do they still have, Shoney's? Yeah, without the U. Well, we spelled it without the U, just Shoneys. I remember Shoney's Buffet. I can't speak if it's still there. Outback. Yeah, we had, before I moved, Outback had come. lots of seafood places. Oh, Queen says she's gonna go visit chalet in Florida. You're gonna need like 2 weeks just so you can have dinner every night at one place. Yeah. All right. We're gonna wrap it up. Hour and a half. You guys know the drill. That love transcends time and space. So wherever and whenever you watch this, I love you. I love you so much. Not just words. That's from my heart. I love you guys. And you make my day when I get to come and be with you and we get to chat about stuff. My baloney has a first name. It's Oscar. My baloney has a second name. It's Mayer. And when I da 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 BOLOGNA is da 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 or BOLOGNA. And just before that, Snow said, where you have one mound of taters and gravy for eating and one for dousing cigs. Love you guys too. Love is the third most powerful brain state. Love has a frequency, and that frequency can transcend time and space. Number 2 is freedom. Number 1 is bliss. Interesting, because I love freedom. I love freedom. Not surprising to me that it's number 2. Love comes after. Oscar Mayer had his way with my bologna sandwich today. All right. Love you guys. Thanks for the emojis, Andy. And all of you guys have a wonderful day. And I'm going to go have my chocolate, like 3 Hostess chocolate donuts. I limit myself to 3 with some milk. And that tells my body, okay, bed's coming soon. Love is like oxygen. Yeah, we need it. We need it for sure. All right. So I will see you next time. I will be back tomorrow. I don't know if I'll do a travel vlog or if we do another Gen X or if something happens with true crime, but I will be back tomorrow. So just watch out for it. Sex is like oxygen. Love is like oxygen. Sex is like oxygen. You never really notice it until you ain't getting any. Breathe it in and let it flow like water. You guys are on fire tonight. Okay. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.